Hey everybody, what is going on? Hexlex here. Got another Master Duel video for you. It's Monday, which means it's time for our viewer special. Once again, this is the weekly series that we started reintroducing last week, and we're going to be continuing it ideally every single Monday moving forward. Now, for those of you who missed last week's episode or had not seen any of the 30 plus viewer specials that we did do before then, basically what we're doing here is I like to take an opportunity to give you all, the viewers, a chance to show off your replays, your games with your decks, and feature them here on the channel. I figure that this is good for learning a diversity of decks, including ones that I don't play myself, and not only that, it's always good to get different perspectives from different players so that we can all advance in the game and grow and learn together, all that fun stuff. So if you're curious as to how to send a replay to be considered for the viewer special, it's pretty easy. If you go ahead and check the description below, you'll find a link to my Twitter page, and there pinned at the top of my Twitter page is a thread where I gather all those replays. You can, of course, if you don't have a Twitter, use the YouTube comment section in this video below. What you want to do is leave me your 9-digit player ID. Go ahead and leave that along with, if you only have the one duel, you can just, I guess, leave the player ID, but if you have multiple, also feel free to leave the player's name and or the date or time, just enough information that I can specifically figure out which game you would like me to feature. It also definitely helps if you give a little blurb about the game too, you know, like I played this deck versus this deck, or if you want to talk about how the game went, that is definitely very helpful information. Even if I don't feature yours on the video for that week, you can always resubmit for the next week. I just ask that we're not spamming the same game over and over again, but definitely feel free to send as many submissions in as you would like. There's always the next week, and the week after that, and the week after that to get featured. So, and even if you don't get featured again, I do still watch pretty much every single game that gets submitted, so I do watch it either way. But again, you're always welcome to submit again in the future as well. So we have a few games to take a look at today, a couple that were submitted from YouTube comments from last week, and then a few that were over from the Twitter thread. So let's go ahead and take a look at this first duel here. Okay, so this comes to us from Kenny PK, who submitted in the YouTube comments. I've seen them in the YouTube comments quite a bit. Looks like they have a duel they would like to feature where they play Abyss Actor versus Sprite. Ooh, let's see, just gotta remember which game it was here. Oh, okay, naturally, yeah, it would be the one that's not a festival game. I see. It took me a minute to figure that out. But, alright, let's go ahead and take a look at this duel. I actually don't really know much about Abyss Actors. I don't think I've ever even played against them, so definitely eager to see this deck. I do, of course, know that they're a Pendulum deck. That's all. Like, I've seen Arc V, the anime, so, like, I know, you know, Superstar, that searches your Abyss scripts. I mean, I guess it does if you actually open a decent hand. Wow, what is this? This hand does not seem particularly exciting here. Looks like we are going to fire off a Max C, but it also looks like they have an Ash Blossom in response for our Max C. So definitely not looking too great here. We do have a couple of Veilers. That is always the nice thing, I guess, when you do open like a brick hand and don't get much gas, is that ideally you're at least opening a lot of disruption there. And yeah, they just went straight for the sprint. Wow, they've got a called by. Again, at least we have a second Veiler here, so that way we're able to ensure that the sprint doesn't go off. Watch them have like a red or something in hand anyway, and just link into a gigantic. I mean, to be fair, I guess we wouldn't be watching this duel if that happened, because the game would just be over at that point, but... Alright, so yep, we're gonna get smacked with the sprint. And then they're going to end phase Caddy. That's fine, because they've already used the penny. It just means, well, they're going to grab a Nimble Beaver, so... Oh, okay, so we did grab... Wow, a card that grabs 2 cards. Okay. It's a nice thing about more rogue archetypes. Their support tends to be a little bit better. Maybe just a smidge sometimes. Yep, there's the Nimble Beaver. As we get the Abyss Actor Wild Hope. That one was from the anime, I remember that one. Dramatic story. Targeted Pendulum monster control. Special deck from a different name. Well, that's cool. Oh, and then extra, yep, that'll set up another... Okay, so we did have the Pendulum scale there. Okay, yes, Curtain Raiser I am aware of. This is actually a decent level 4 extender that's, like, relatively generic. It's got a Pendulum Zone effect that just specials itself to the main Pendulum Zone there, so... Superstar. Yep, that's going to let us add the script. Oh, we're not even going to add a script. We're just going to link it off. Okay. Again, I don't know anything about this deck except for getting played in the anime, so I'm very much just along for the ride here. Oh, the Fantastic Theater is the field spell, right? Okay, and then that's how we added got it. Okay. Got it. So now we're Pendulum Summoning. For the star... Oh my god, do we have 3 superstars here? Wait. Is this once per turn? Hold on. It's a soft once per turn, so that all 3 of these can activate? That's kind of ridiculous. Oh my god. That's another thing that's nice to look out for, is archetypes that have soft once per turns. I pointed that out a lot with Dark World. Oh my god, we have a swap control effect. Oh, we change also much like Dark World. It looks like we're changing monster effects here into destroy set spell or trap cards because the Abyss scripts all have like insane effects that activate when they get destroyed by set spell and trap cards, right? That was nuts. I did not expect all 3 superstars to come down in one turn there. That's kind of insane. That's very cool. I really like that deck. Very nice. Thank you, Kenny, for your submission. It's very, very much appreciated. We do still have a few more games to take a look at. Let's go straight into the next one here. Okay, this next game comes to us from Soup Life over on Twitter, and looks like they have a festival game, where they were playing Despia versus Labyrinth. They also submitted this before I even posted my video where I played Despia against a lot of Labyrinth decks. So I'm really eager to see what other players' takes on Despia for the festival was like. I'm particularly interested to see the extra deck. I feel like that was the hardest part for me to personally nail there. I did actually play Comedy in my first draft of the build. I just didn't end up having room for it. Yeah, I mean, the extra deck is pretty much like where I settled on too. Looks like we're not playing Dark World stuff, but no, that's fine too. Definitely don't need it. Okay, we're gonna activate Labyrinth and set a card our opponent is anyway. And then, okay, I see the back check, so I'm just gonna assume this is the loner. Okay, back check's gonna rearrange the top 3, passing back over 2 back rows. We know 1 is a welcome lab. It's actually not like terrible. We have a couple of super polys here too, which is nice. Branded opening. Opponent's going to immediately use the back check effect and the welcome lab, so they're just firing everything off right away. That's actually completely fine. I think that's kind of, I don't know if it's one of the like main mistakes people make. That was also like very risky on our opponent's part to. Oh, I guess the deck. Wait, yeah, did the deck get shuffled? Yeah, the deck would have gotten shuffled, right? They just happened to land a trap card off the top. Also, wait, hang on, let's see something. If they have a Paleozoic card, I don't think this is actually the loner. I don't think the loner had this Paleozoic card. It could, I don't remember, but in any case, yeah, once the lady hits the board, we get to just super poly it away into the Masquerade. So it's got a Compulse. Maybe this is the loner. Maybe the loner did just have that Paleozoic card and I just didn't encounter it. Sacking off the Masquerade in order to bring back the Comedy. And then they get to bring back their lady. And we just get the Super Poly again. Yep, makes sense. We even have the Branded in red left over too. That's cool. There's another Masquerade. Opponent's going to Dynamiscus this one. We're going to, chain the Branded in red because this targets. Alright, let's see. At this point, we've made the Quiratus, right? Because I think we only had 2 Masquerades in our extra. Yeah. The 3rd Masquerade is nice, but I don't find you really ever need it. Even in, like, for the event decks like this. And there we go. So we're able to grind out our Labyrinth opponent out of just any form of advantage whatsoever. Mostly thanks to the help of Super Polymerization. I really think that, honestly, the way to go for the event, like I mentioned in my video yesterday, that I went up yesterday at the time of recording this, just like the event video I mentioned, is that, like, honestly, I think playing an anti-lab deck is the way to go, just because 80% of the meta is lab. I guess it is the one nice thing about one deck metas is that it's very easy to counter the one deck. So very nice. Thank you very much, Soup, for that submission. We do have a couple more games actually to take a look at, so let's go straight into the next one here. Alright, our next duel comes to us from Grib Sky 13 on YouTube, aka Reaper 13 here in Master Duel. They have a replay that should be this one here. They're playing Branded versus Gody, and they mentioned that the game played out like a movie. So definitely very interested to see exactly how that plays out. Let's take a look here. Alright, looks like we are taking the first turn here. That is always nice against Gody, because even though Gody doesn't do a lot on their first turn, they then do a lot on your turn. So it's nice to basically have that turn advance against them. Looks like we're starting off with a Lubellion that's going to get hit with an Ash Blossom. We always love to see that. And pretty much no matter what deck Lubellion is played in, I find that it's pretty much never the correct Ash target. Ooh, they have a Maxi as well in response to the Branded opening. That's a little annoying, but they've already used a hand trap out of their hands, so it's actually not like as bad as it could be. Yep, we're going to add the Albert instead of Special It. Makes sense given our hand. And, okay, I kind of don't understand this, right? So, our opponent went to the trouble of activating the Maxi only to imperm the Aliber. I also don't agree with imperming Aliber in general against Branded. I think it's better to imperm whatever they summon off of the Branded fusion, if it's Lubellion or Albion, either way. Because, and this is true of trying to use Ash Blossom against the Aliber as well. I also didn't even point out that, like, well, to be fair, or wait, no, they use the Ash Blossom, yeah, against the Lubellion. Yeah, like I said, that's not right against pretty much any deck Lubellion is played in, but I guess to be fair, they didn't know it was specifically Branded, but it's still very easy for it to be Branded, which is why that's not right. But this also isn't right because, like, it's so easy for, you know, the Branded player to have, like, the Branded fusion in hand anyway, so I recommend holding Ash Blossom for the Branded fusion and Imperm for whatever comes afterward. Okay, so we're going to summon the Magnum Hut here to banish the Mercurier. This will also give us a search off the Magnum Hut. Opponent's just going to throw out an Imperm. I don't know. Unless our opponent's, like, last two cards in hand are just, like, total gas and enough for a full combo, I feel like they're using, honestly, a little too much of their disruption here. Because what they're kind of doing is, like, they're making it, like, more and more worth it for us to actually play into this Max C by just depleting not only cards out of their hand, but disruption out of their deck, right? Like, if they've already used an Ash Blossom to Imperm, there's only so much disruption they can have. Okay, so they're moving to battle, which is a pretty strong indication of evenly matched. Maybe it is a going second build, and that's why we went first, I'm not sure. But, yep, here comes the evenly. Looks like we're keeping the Branded Regained. I do like that because the Branded Regained is a very nice, just advantage engine overall. It's, yeah, immediately going to allow us to get Magnum Hut, which will then allow us to, in turn, get another Bestial during the end phase here. And we also have the Druid Storm to, of course, not only summon it, but also maybe even draw a card here, too. So, okay, we're sinking for 6 into the Aranopus. That's going to banish, not foolish, but banish a fish from deck. Here's the Synopsis, yep. Or Snopios, I guess, I don't know. These names. And then we're going to grab an Albaz off the Magnum Hut. I really like that. Of course, that's going to allow us to go into the Mirror Jade next here. Yep, there's the Paces. Makes sense. Albaz F is activating. That doesn't target, I believe, right? No, it just fuses. So, thankfully, we don't have to target the level 6 Synchro here. See, here's the thing, like, they're going to sync for Oscan, but now Abaz resolves, and this Oscan isn't going to resolve, because yes, it did get Synchro summoned, but it's not on the field by the end of the Chain Link, so, yeah, I mean, I think that was a miss. I don't know. I don't know a lot about Gody myself, to be fair, but even just noting the way our opponent played that their disruption, I don't know if it was right to necessarily chain Paces there, but to be fair, I don't know what else you're really getting to, like, at the same time. I guess the level 6 Synchro going did allow us to add this Zep, which is a potential another way to Synchro summon if we can get it on the field. Which, okay, yeah, we can do that by banishing it with the oh my god. These Gody names, I swear. Well, fish names, technically. We all know the joke. We all know that joke by this point, so. Alright, gonna draw a Shadal Beast. Looks like they're gonna try to, does that make it so this can't attack? Is that what this does? Oh, banish it when it leaves the field, that's right. They're going to do that on Mirror Jade. That's fine, whatever. Alright, so, yeah, that's the thing, like, yeah, they get to sync again, but for 6? Are they just going to go for another one of those Gody Synchros? I don't know. I feel like every duel against Gody kind of plays out like this. I feel like every single time I've played against this deck, I'm like, okay, what are they doing? But then I'm like, well, what can they do, right? Oh, whoa, wait, we're playing Albalos? What does this do again? Special summon by triggering 2 Bestial. Negate the effects of all extra monsters on the field. That's kind of sick. So it's just like skill drain for extra deck monsters, and then you can banish all face down cards in the extra decks face up. Okay, so it's a skill drain for extra deck monsters that then cuts off access to their extra deck when it leaves the field. That's cool. I've never actually seen this thing get summoned in a duel, and now we're about to like, oh, I was about to say we're about to finish them off with it, but they just conceded first. Womp womp. But I mean, of course, a win is still a win. It's a lot more satisfying to attack and reduce their life points to 0. Very, very nice. Thank you very much for that replay. That was awesome. We do have one more duel to look at, so let's go straight into it. Okay, our last duel comes to us from Toby, aka Good Luck Have Fun, over here from Twitter, and looks like they have a replay they're going to show off against Ciaro here. 12 turns, and the opponent is going to be on Black Wings. So let us see what we have got here. Alright, looks like the opponent is going to be taking the first turn here. We are on, I'm assuming this is... Oh, we're on branded. Okay, I don't know why that took me so long to figure out. Also, nice, nice name change there. Okay, so opponent's going to start off with the Sea Moon, the Poisoned Wind. It's going to throw down a Black Whirlwind into our their zone here, rather. You know, that's obviously how Blackwing likes to get started. Looks like we're going to be cutting off some of their plays already with the Saronir here. Although, what is this one? Does this one bring itself back from the graveyard? Yes. Okay, it adds itself back to the hand. Oh no, it adds any Blackwing monster back to the hand. Okay, yeah. So yeah, definitely glad we cut that access to that off. We also have the Baldrake in hand, which can not only potentially, yeah, cut off access to yet another dark monster in the graveyard, but also just allow us to establish the Baldrake and make sure that we're banishing an extra deck monster that comes down. Which is going to happen with Vata here. There's the Black Winged Dragon. Saronir is going to get triggered, sending the branded opening. Zephyros coming back. There's the Black Whirlwind again, yep. So I'm trying to think what they can sync for. Oh, but that's a tuner. Okay, the token is a tuner. Got it. Yep, so there's another Black Winged Dragon. And now they get to go for, is this Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss, I assume? Okay, so the Bestial Disruptions actually did go a long way. I mean, yeah, they did still get to set up a Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, but oh, they're getting the Assault Dragon too. I was gonna say they usually set up a lot more than that, but no, they did end up setting up. They did end up setting up more than that, but thankfully we have a nice little card called Super Polymerization. Such a good card. Such a good card. It's a board breaker. It's disruption. Kind of does everything, honestly. Okay, Lubellion, I'm assuming for, yep, Magnum Hut here. Summoning the Magnum Hut, getting rid of a card out of our opponent's yard. Now we get to search for another Bestial to disrupt them with. We're going to bring back the Lubellion. Presumably we have either the Regained or the Beast. Yep, the Regained is coming down here. I do like Regained, actually, in this spot, I think. I don't know, I could actually see an argument either way for Regained or Beast. I like the idea of using Beast to blow Black Whirlwind, but at the same time, I do also like the idea of using Regained just to get incremental advantage over our opponent here, who already does not have a lot to work with. Yep, so now we get the Baldrake back. Although, to be fair, it does look like our opponent's going to kind of get to mount a comeback because of the Black Whirlwind here. I think there's arguments either way, honestly. Gale, that's a classic, oh my god. I remember the days. I remember the days of playing Blackwing, back when like they first came out. I remember getting Shura specifically in like a preview product. So back then at that point in Yu-Gi-Oh, they actually did like, so with special editions, the promos you would get would actually be some cards from the next pack, and they were legal to play as soon as the special edition came out. And they did that with Blackwing Shura, the Blue Flame. So Blackwing kind of ended up being playable like before Shura actually came out. But then that pack I think also brought Blizzard and Kalut anyway, so that was when Blackwings like really took off. Okay, so they have a full Armor Master. That's definitely a little bit worrying. I can see why this duel is 12 turns now. I saw that board state and I was like, wait a second, how does this, like, how do we not just win on the next turn here? But okay. Looks like the opponent is mounting quite the comeback. Oh no, and they're even getting to distribute. See, this is the real scary part of full Armor Master. Like, it being a towers isn't even that bad because it's got 3k attack and defense. It's actually not too hard to run over, but when this thing starts putting wedge counters on the board, that's, yeah, they can start stealing your shit. They can blow all your shit up. It's not a good time. Not a good time at all. Although, yeah, they are a bit disincentivized from attacking the Star Venom due to the effect of destroying all the opponent's special summoned monsters, which looks like we are going to end up proccing now. Of course, though, yeah, that does not get rid of the full Armor Master, unfortunately. Okay, Allure found us exactly another Allure, so yep, I imagine we're just going to go for it again here. And it got us Raigeki, but unfortunately, yeah, Raigeki does not do a whole lot here. Okay, fortunately for us, our opponent's also kind of in top deck mode, but they do also have a Black Whirlwind, so their top decks become a lot scarier. Okay, yep, using the Beast to get back the Regained, like that. Ash Blossom, we're gonna have to, yep, set here. This is kind of tense, actually. Ooh, okay. Oh my god. Alright, they did get stuff, but we have the Regained up, so things are looking a lot better for us already, again, because of the incremental advantage. And yeah, we do have the Branded Beast here. What does this do? I saw this earlier. I actually don't, because I've played against Blackwing quite a bit, and I actually don't recognize this one. Target or face a monster loses 700 attack and negates effects. Quick, okay, it's a quick effect if you have a Dark Synchro monster. I was gonna say it's not a quick effect, but got it, okay. Ah, rookie mistake. Well, I don't know if it's a rookie mistake, actually, not at all. Attacking the face-down monster with that Blackwing is totally reasonable. I forgot we had another defense mode monster on the field. I was gonna say it's a rookie mistake not to hit the defense mode monster with your strongest card. Although, to be fair, it would also find lethal here, so maybe that wouldn't have been too bad either. We finally top decked something good, looks like the Alaboober, going for the Branded Fusion here. It's going to get us Branded Brum, flipping over Raigeki. Again, this will not answer the full Armor Master, but it does get rid of the other Blackwing monster there before passing back over to the opponent. Looks like that Branded Fusion didn't take us quite as far as we hoped. We just need to be able to get over 3,000 attack, right? So if we can go Granganol into Perskinian somehow, or if we can just make Perskinian. Koratus? No, unaffected, never mind. Yeah, we're just gonna have to do that, looks like. Or Guardian Chimera. Do we have a Guardian Chimera in here? Okay, yeah, we have a Guardian Chimera. That works too. Yep, Guardian Chimera gets to draw some. Well, he gets to draw a lot of cards here. So let's take care of our opponent's pesky Whirlwinds. Yep, there those go. The wedge counters will not matter anymore after this full Armor Master leaves the field. Opponent's going to evenly us, but yep, we'll just keep our big Guardian Chimera, and then we get to main phase 2 Branded Fusion. It looks like that is setting up the Granganol. Very, very nice. Or no, the Albion. Yeah, no, it wouldn't be Granganol. What am I saying? It's been a while since I've played Branded, actually. I have to admit. And then the Masquerade. Yep, because our opponent's only at 1100, this means they really only get to activate one effect, and then we still get to keep our Guardian Chimera on the board for protection. Even throwing down the Lubellion here as well. Oh, because we still have yeah, the Branded Lost we can play from our deck. Then that'll set up the Branded Banishment. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. We're fine. We're totally fine now. Yeah, the opponent only gets one effect. We have the, we're gonna put them under Max C, because why not? That's cool. And then we even have the Branded Banishment. They're third evenly! Wow, they're third evenly. Wowie, wow, wow, wow. But yeah, it doesn't matter because we just keep Masquerade as the only card, and now they can't do anything except for die to our Masquerade. We're gonna toy with them a little bit here, are we? Make a Granganol and battle with that. And then yep, draw a card. Summon the Baldric, because why not? Move to battle, there we go. Masquerade for lethal. Beautiful. All right. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate that submission from everyone who submitted. Again, regardless of whether I featured your duel or not, I will be taking submissions, well, pretty much constantly because we're going to be doing this series every week. So again, as long as you're not spamming the same game over and over again, definitely feel free to submit those duels to either the Twitter thread, link to that in the description below, or in the comment section below. But thank you all very much for watching. Let's go ahead and move now to our outro. Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching all the way to the very end of the video like this. That means a whole lot to me. Not just personally, but it's also a great way of supporting the channel as well. If you're interested in supporting the channel in other means, you can of course feel free to comment and or subscribe right here on YouTube. I'm always looking to the comments section. You guys leave some pretty awesome feedback as far as like constructive criticism goes when it comes to deck building, gameplay, channel content, all that stuff. So feel free to leave your opinion down there. I will be sure to take a look at that there. And then subscribing is going to be the best way to get notifications of when these videos drop. That does happen every day, by the way, so if you're looking for daily Master Duel content, you've come to the right place. And there are more places where you can get some daily Master Duel content. If you check out the description below, follow the top link over to my Patreon page. There for just $5 a month, which is as much as you pay for a booster pack, you'll find a lot more value than a pack full of filler over there. We've got some previews for content upcoming here on the channel. We've got some exclusive games that are only posted over on Patreon over there. We've got some Q&As, and then you can also have your name featured in this lovely credit sequence where I thank all of the people who are helping contribute over there on Patreon. It's a huge support to the channel, and it really means a lot as well. So thank you everyone who is donating that is featured here on screen. And again, you know, it's not just a pure donation, you do get some more daily Master Duel content over there just for being a part of the Patreon. But I think that's about all the time that I have for today's video. Once again, I just want to thank you so very much for sticking all the way to the end of the video. Again, it just means a lot as I do put a decent amount of work into getting these videos out every single day. But that's about all the time that I've got for now. So without further ado, this is Xlex. I'm signing out, and I hope you have a fantastic day.